Hi, welcome to the Pregnancy Show, everybody. I'm Melanie Raposo, and today we're getting a little artsy with our guest, Dania from Snugglebug Portrait Studio. And today she's going to show us how to create one of the most wonderful keepsakes that you can have from your pregnancy. Hi, Dania. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
So why don't you do the honors and tell everybody what we're going to be creating today with these.
Okay, well, we're going to be creating an exact replica of her pregnant form, basically made out of plaster and gauze. This is basically a belly cast, so it's very lightweight. It can either get painted or stay white. It's an exact replica of how pregnant this particular woman was. It's pretty painless. It takes about a half hour for the plaster to dry, and then I go through several layers of plaster and sanding in between. And that's it, and it hangs with wire. So it's a keepsake. Great. It'll last for generations.
Great. All right. Well, let's get started.
Okay.
And this is Shannon, our lovely model, our pregnant model. All right. So what's the first step?
First step, it's totally up to the woman whether she wants to remove her bra. In this case, we've just put some Saran wrap just to protect. Now I'm actually going to put some Vaseline just to put a layer between the plaster and the pregnant form.
Okay.
It's not absolutely necessary. It's absolutely safe.
All right.
The plaster that I use is an artist grade, but it's the same stuff that a doctor would use on a broken leg or broken arm.
Okay.
It just helps us pull it off. And generally, belly casting is done between 32 to 36 weeks of pregnancy.
All right. And I guess as long as they're really kind of showing, they can, even if they're not as far along, but they are showing, they can get it done, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's basically whenever they want to capture the moment.
Mm-hmm. The great thing about belly casting is that you can do it yourself in the privacy of your own home, and it's simple to do. So I decided to give it a try. So I just take one of these, dip it in like that, and put it anywhere? Or
pretty much.
All right.
Perfect.
Oh, that's goopy.
And now you'll need to rinse your hands.
Yeah, now I have to wash my hands. Dania recommends that if you are going to do a belly cast at home, it's a good idea to get a professional to do the final touches.
It is pretty simple. Although I've fixed a lot of belly casts that were done at home.
Really?
And some of them are not in great condition. And a lot of times what happens is they're not as creative as, you said your mom did it? They're not as creative as that. So they have a somewhat raw type belly cast that they'll just throw in their closet, unfortunately. So as much as you can do the at-home kit, it's also good to then take it someplace to get it finished. Polished, put some wire in it, do something with it so that you will display it as opposed to it start to crumble away because you haven't strengthened it properly. So almost.
Now, Dania, why do you think belly casting is such a great keepsake for moms?
Because you never know how big you are until after you've had the baby. And it's just a great memory. It's a three-dimensional memory as opposed to a picture. Like, pictures are absolutely great, but this is three-dimensional. It hangs from the wall. And the other neat thing is if you do it in the first pregnancy, you can also compare your second pregnancy to the first.
Right.
Our customers do that all the time. The other thing that's great is if it's a second, third pregnancy, you can also include your first children's hands right on the casting. So that's really neat.
And after lots of careful layering, the cast is finally ready to be taken off.
So if you just want to stretch a little, ready to roll.
Wow.
There you go.
Neat. And then you just, I guess, trim it all up and everything. And
Yeah, I don't touch it for the first 24 to 48 hours because it's still very fragile.
okay.
The belly's the strongest part because I build that up the most. Basically go over the seams, do some smoothing. It usually goes about through 3 layers of plaster and sanding.
It was a wonderful experience knowing that you're going to make this keepsake of the moment that you were pregnant. I personally love being pregnant, so for me it is a special moment. It is really gooey, but it's a warm feeling on your belly, so it's quite a nice experience.
For more information on how you can get your own belly cast done, visit our website and be sure to check back with us to see the final results of the belly casting we did today at thepregnancy.show.com.